The food here is so disgusting that I've just been turning down meals because it's so gross. It's so poorly prepared, and the ingredients are garbage to begin with. Literally, so bad, so poor quality, spoiled vegetables, spoiled meat, leathery meat with rotten spots, putrid vegetables, wilted vegetables. Everything is so gross. Before they even prepared it, they should have just thrown it away. And then it's extremely poorly prepared. And then they cover everything with pouring enormous amounts of either brown or white, some kind of, it's supposed to be gravy, but who knows what it's made of. Um, the the white stuff has the consistency of Elmer's glue or thickened Elmer's glue, like a mixture of library paste from when you were a little kid in grade school. If they mix that with Elmer's glue, that's what the white gravy is like. It's um, tasteless. Or there's a brown gravy, and they just seem to be oil and food coloring, and that's it. They don't have any kind of an odor or fragrance to them, so who knows what they are. They're just basically there to disguise how disgusting the meat and the vegetables are, and everything is just inedible. So I've been turning down meals. And then I asked for sandwiches, and I posted videos of how the staff was rude to me and the kitchen was refusing to make me sandwiches. And then their latest thing was a couple days ago or a few days ago, um, they started saying this rule that's nowhere in writing, um, that I'm supposed to tell them special requests, according to the kitchen now, have to be made by 10 a.m. Well, who knows what they feel like eating at 10 in the morning? Who knows what they want to eat for lunch or dinner? That's just stupid. That's a stupid rule. It takes them the same amount of time to make a sandwich, no matter what time they get the order. And I'm asking for the food after I see what the meal is. Um, if there's anything whatsoever that might be edible, I might eat it. But if not, then I ask for sandwiches. And this isn't some fancy restaurant where you need to make a reservation. The law is that they have to give patients sufficient amounts of food of sufficient quality to meet our nutrition needs and our appetite and our preferences. As you can see, I'm injured again today while I was drugged unconscious for many hours through the night and through the day today. I got injured again, and I've got scabs, I've got scrapes on my legs. I already filmed earlier today. But anyway, right now I'm recording this. So here's the sandwich, and it says cheese sandwich, and it's supposed to say the date it's made on. Notice how that's blank. It doesn't say what date it was made. And then you open up the sandwich, and inside is this dried out, discolored mayonnaise. So this was probably made who knows how many days ago, but it's not fresh. And who knows if it's even going to give me food poisoning to try to eat this. I'm trying to focus in on how dried out and gross this mayonnaise is, and discolored. And sloppy. Like, why is there mayonnaise on the outside of the bread? the kitchen people have absolutely no regard for the patients in this place. They just slop everything together. They don't try to make anything look normal, like there's no attempt at presentation. In fact, the attempt at presentation is to make it unpresentable. And then look at the thickness of this cheese. When you bite into a cheese sandwich, you don't want this big, thick mouthful of cheese. It's like the other day I recorded, there was an egg salad sandwich where there was this thick lump of dried out egg salad, barely any mayonnaise, and this weirdly shaped lump in the middle, and then all around the sides of the bread were just plain bread. Nothing, just, you were going to take several bites and get nothing but bread, and then in the middle you were going to get this gigantic mouthful of dried out egg salad. The kitchen is supposed to have trained and supervised staff. Trained, supervised staff. People that know what they're doing, and these people don't. They don't even look like they've ever even eaten normal human food before. They don't know how to make anything look like a normal thing that anybody would eat. It's just, and then everything that comes out on meal trays, the outside of glasses is always sopping wet, and you get one little scrawny napkin and you use the entire napkin. A lot of times the napkin's already soaked when it gets to you, but if it's actually dry, you have to use it to try to dry off the outside of the utensils and the cups so you can even just eat. But and then you've got no napkin to use for your hands or your lips when you eat. This cheese, if you could see it, I don't know how well my camera is picking this up. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to eat this mayonnaise. It's actually so dried out that it's clear, like, and then other parts of it are discolored. And the cheese is actually dried out, and the edges of it are brown from being dried out. This is absolutely disgusting. And it looks like somebody nibbled on the edge of it. Shoot, I just got the wrong thing on the, I'm looking at the sandwich instead of what I'm filming. The mayonnaise I'm trying to show is discolored and dried out, and the edges of the cheese are dried out and brown, and the corner of the cheese looks like maybe a mouse or a rat in the kitchen nibbled on it. It honestly looks like somebody took a bite out of it. If I can possibly take a picture of that. That upper corner up at the top there. I don't know if the camera is showing it very well. But this is just not edible. This is garbage. This sandwich has to go in the garbage. I'm not going to eat this. This is ptomaine poisoning right here. This is food poisoning, so that is garbage. So every day I've been asking, I've asked for 1 or 2 sandwiches, and I've either asked for peanut butter, no jelly, white bread, or turkey, cheese, white bread, and mayonnaise. And I ask for it to be freshly made because I don't want some grody sandwich that I don't know when it was made and it's dried out and it's nasty and I'm not going to eat it. I want it freshly made. This isn't the Ritz. We're not at the Ritz-Carlton here. This isn't the Waldorf Astoria. This is a health facility and they're required to give us food. And they've been refusing to make sandwiches for me. And like I said, they want me to tell them by 10 a.m. and they're pretending this is a special request. There's nothing in writing. Furthermore, what is in writing is in the dining room, there are signs that say snack items, and there's something like 10 items on there, and they don't have those. But one of the items, the second to the last item on the list, is sandwiches. And on that list, there's peanut butter and jelly, and turkey, and egg salad, and cheese. And so what I'm asking for, I'm not asking for a substitute meal. I'm not asking for a special request. I'm asking for a snack. And a snack is something that you ask for when you're hungry. It's not something that you think about at 10 a.m. Before 10 a.m. you decide, I'm going to be hungry, later, and I'm going to feel like eating this thing, hours from now. I'm not hungry right now, but I'm going to project what I want hours from now. It's nonsense. The rules are stupid, and they're just doing it to harass patients. This is what they've done to my hair today. And I might as well try and show again what they did to my leg. I regained consciousness and found these scratches. There's a scratch there, another scratch there, another scratch there, and there's a fourth one. Or actually two more scratches there, and actually it looks like a little bit of a scratch on my knee. There's still scabs from a couple days ago where there were several scabs on my leg. I regained consciousness after being drugged, and there were these deep gouges in my leg, and the scabs are still there. And then today, this was done to me. These cuts on my face, my nose, here, my chin. So another typical day of this facility. Doesn't even deserve 1 star. It's completely unacceptable. They abuse us. They do not follow the law whatsoever. They don't take care of people. They don't give people adequate food. Even when I first came here, for a year, they had decent food. It was really plain, but it was like good home cooking, plain food. And I couldn't figure out why everything in the facility was completely awful, except for the food was decent. And that was just surprising to me. It was actually high quality, like pork chops or chicken or whatever, and it really was good food. And come to find out, it was because the public health department closed the kitchen for a year, um, about 3 months before I became a patient here. And the facility paid something like a $72,000 fine, and had to have meals delivered by a restaurant for a year. So that's why the food was decent. Even then, I had to ask for double portions because the amount of food that they gave to patients was so little that, I was still hungry. And I'm not a huge eater. I'm like 5 feet 4 inches tall, or I used to be, and I used to weigh like 115. Somewhere between 110 and 120 was kind of my normal. Um, and I don't have some gigantic appetite, but like breakfast would be like one egg and one little tiny pancake, like a 3-inch round little pancake, and um, that was not sufficient amount of food, and same thing for lunch and dinner, and so I had to ask for double portions. And now the food's just absolutely disgusting, and uh, so all I try to do is just get a freshly made sandwich, and that's just, they deny me that because they just want to abuse me and abuse other patients here. Oh, I was going to say about the menu. So they put a menu up in the dining room. They really should pass them to the patients. They should be handing them out. They come and they stick a schedule in patient rooms, like it's some big deal. Um, they don't have any good activities in this place. Like most facilities where people are stuck in it, they have things like they have musicians come in and do sing-alongs, like they'll come in and play the piano, or they'll bring a guitar. They'll have people bring in visiting pets that are specially trained, like for the patients to be able to visit with a dog or a cat or something. Um, um, they provide shopping trips, normal facilities, or if patients can't get out because of their health, they'll come around and they'll take a shopping order. This place doesn't do any of that, and they'll put things on their schedule like one-on-one room visits. Like, what's that supposed to be? We're supposed to be able to visit anytime we feel like it. That's not something you put on a schedule, but they're so desperate to list anything. They don't have a hairdresser here. They don't have any kind of uh, um, what do they call it, a manicurist. They don't have any beautician. So what are people supposed to do? How are people supposed to shop? Anything that you order, the facility intercepts everything that's delivered, and they just keep it. They don't give patients. I've had gifts sent to me that didn't get to me. And I talked to the social worker who told me, yeah, we have to open all the mail and decide whether it's something that the patient should have, and like that was just normal. Like they think that they can intercept US mail and open people's mail. That's completely against the law, but they do it. And then they don't deliver anything they feel like keeping. They don't deliver, and they don't tell the patient. But anyway, I was starting to try to talk about the menu. Once again, the chemical restraints are making me ramble. What this facility should be giving out to patients instead of these bogus schedules that they stick up on the bulletin boards, like there's something impressive about the fact that they have no activities whatsoever here. They should be handing out the menus so that, like the horrible food that they serve, patients can at least know in advance and say, I hate that, I'm not going to eat that, I want something else that day. But they don't give out the menus, and they should. But they posted in the dining room, and one day it was a holiday, I can't remember, I think it was New Year's, or Christmas season or something, and the menu said prime rib. The only time in almost 3 years I've been here, it said prime rib and asparagus. And obviously, everybody was looking forward to that, unless you're a vegetarian. And then the day comes, and everybody's like taste buds are just totally ready for prime rib and asparagus. And they serve us like dried out leathery hamburgers and canned green beans that are so old that they taste like the aluminum can. And I went and I asked, where's the prime rib and asparagus? And they said, oh, it wasn't delivered. So there have been a bunch of times that they've had things on the menu that the day comes and that's not what they served, and then you ask and they said, oh, we ran out. So that's what you get at this place. When there's anything that the patients are looking forward to, I mean, that was actually cruel. That was actually really cruel to get people's hopes up that they were going to get prime rib and asparagus, and then to give them the same lousy, leathery, dried out hamburgers and canned green beans. That was just mean, but that's what this place does. They're mean to people, they're abusive to people, and that's minor compared to, oh, drugging us unconscious and cutting our skin and completely messing with our hair and abusing us in all sorts of ways, every way that they can dream up and carry out together and laugh about together.